You must be exhausted after last night's game, Jared, right?
Yeah, the preseason one seemed to drag. I think it took like an hour to play like the last 5 minutes of the game. But you know what? Up early and, hey, got to work, right?
But would you rather play a lot or not play at all?
You know what? In years past, I'd say not play at all in the preseason. But, this year, with the new defense and new position, new coaching staff, I want to get out there and get my feet wet with some live action, and so I get it on film and see where I need to improve, what I need to do. And I thought last night was a good gauge of that.
At age 33, how big a change is it going from defensive end to outside linebacker?
There's some similarities as far as, when we're rushing and nickel stuff, but it is a big change. I mean, it's a new position, and especially in the defense we're playing, we are going to have a lot of coverage responsibilities and things like that. So I just, taking it upon myself to, really kind of become a student of the game again and understand it and not try to correlate like what's similar, what's not. Just learn the position as a whole new position and go about it that way. And then, when I get rush opportunities, take advantage of that. And again, that's even different because, being in a 2-point standing up, your leverage is different. Your pads are automatically higher, so you got to make a conscious effort to keep pads down. So there's always little things to work on, and good thing we got 3 more weeks of preseason before we kick this thing off live, and we can fine-tune this thing.
We keep looking at numbers, offensive numbers, and wondering what that means for the Hall of Fame. You have to have 1,000 receptions if you're going to be a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Running backs, you got to have at least 10,000 yards. And I used to think that 100 sacks would at least put you on the doorstep of the Hall of Fame. You got 134 sacks in your career. How many do you think you have to get to? Because with all the passing, you have more opportunities to get sacks, and we might look at those numbers and say 100 is not going to do it. You got to be 150.
Yeah, but it's funny. I would have thought the same thing, and I was looking at some stats or statistics the other day when we were in our meeting rooms, and the amount of passing has gone up, but the amount of mid-range passing, like there's a short to medium, like 1 to 8 yard passes, is through the roof. That's something like 60% of all passes in the NFL, like between 1 and 8 yards. So basically, people are just replacing the run game with this short pass game, which you get your hands. The only way you're going to get the quarterback there is you get your hands up where it makes them pump it. But I don't know what it takes to get in, and I think it's relative to your overall play. I don't think you can just choose one stat and say if I get X amount of numbers of these, I'm going to be in the Hall. I think that should encompass the entire body of work and the impact you made on the field and stuff like that. So for me, I don't know. I'm trying to I'd love to get to 150. Hopefully this year and. I got my list of guys I'm trying to check off as I pass. So, I know if I can get, I think I need 7 to break into the top 5 and replace Strahan. So, for me, it's just, you look at those, but the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. And for me, it's whatever I can do to help my team win. It's not all about the sacks. It's not all about that. I want to be a defensive player. I want people to remember you as a guy who went out and played every snap as hard as he can.
Are you watching the kids this morning?
My wife and daughter are playing charades. I can go to the other room
no.
for you. But you in camp, you don't get too many days off. So you got to take full advantage of family time.
I like that. Are you following the Brady situation? And I guess more importantly, the commissioner's situation here as well?
No, I really haven't. Again, I catch my news just like everybody else, blurps here in the paper or on TV. So, I haven't really followed it that much.
Do you care if Brady cheated or not?
Yeah, my take on it is this, and I think no matter it's blown up who did what, who did this. But I look at it the same way as I would a boxing match. If 2 people enter a competition under a certain set of guidelines, no matter how big or small the infraction is, whether it had any bearing on the game or whatever it was, there was a rule violation, and both teams were in that contest under a certain set of rules, and you have to, for the integrity of the game, you have to keep that. And so, I don't finger pointing who is responsible, who's not responsible. Ultimately, I think the organization is responsible, and it was a violation of it. That's what it is. If they tell us as players all the time, if you violate a rule or if you violate your performance enhancing. Let's use that as an example. Guys all the time. So I took something. I didn't know what was in it. I thought it was something else in it. And we have seminars all the time that there's hidden stuff in supplements, but we're ultimately responsible for what goes into our body. So as a team, you should be ultimately responsible for what's going on in that field. And no matter how big or small, big effect, little effect, the integrity of the game was broken in that sense, and that's how I think they should handle it.
He's Jared Allen, Bears defensive end linebacker, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. This seems to be the topic this week with defensive players punching their quarterbacks. I know Lance Briggs joked about he wanted to punch a few of his former quarterbacks with the Bears. The last time you wanted to punch one of your own quarterbacks was when?
I haven't had that. I've been fortunate to play with some cool quarterbacks.
Oh, stop!
I typically don't let it get to that point. I had Trent Green and David Hewitt and Brody Croyle up in Kansas City, Travis Jackson and Gus Frerotte, and then Brett and Castle, and we had some honestly some cool guys. And then I don't have a problem with Jay. I know a lot of people seem to, but I came to the Bears, because I've been on the losing end of what that guy can do. So I know he's very capable, and I honestly believe, that with no offense and the way we were able to run the ball, especially last night, I thought all of our running backs ran the ball well. We have an opportunity to do some great things. So, as far as that, more so, I probably wanted to punch more linemen in my day than any time a quarterback.
The last lineman you wanted to punch?
Oh, the last lineman I wanted to punch. Oh, goodness. Probably, I don't remember the name, but it was probably a rookie or some young guy going way too hard in like a no pad practice, like a shells practice. And sometimes you have some choice words for him. Let them know that if it happens again, they're getting punched in the face.
I like the videos here. There, you hooked up with some fun people with the Courtyard Marriott Courtyard camera here. Are you planning on going into acting?
Absolutely. No. They make it easy when you got a guy like Ben Schwartz, basically setting everything up, and we're just ad-libbing and having a good time. I was just being a goofball, and it worked out well. So I don't think I have any acting skills, and but it was a fun shoot and doing goofy stuff, and I always like catching people off guard and with random acts. And when people were walking in and we were filming, they're like, "Why is there a big 6'6" dude benching some skinny guy in the lobby? This is just awkward." So we got a good, genuine reaction. It was pretty funny, and I was genuinely trying to win every single rock paper scissors contest I was playing. I think I ended up like 1 for 2, so I was kind of pissed about that.
I like that. Enjoy your day off, and good luck this season. Thank you, Jared.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jared Allen.